In our last video, we redesigned Ash and Pikachu as Overwatch characters as part of our 4-part series. So for this video, we'll be doing Zelda Breath of the Wild. So let's get right into it. Breath of the Wild is perhaps the most iconic game in the series. As well as that, throughout the series, there have been various different styles used for each game, but Breath of the Wild has to be the most notable in terms of style. So for this video, we'll only be referring to this game. Released back in March 2017, Breath of the Wild became a sensation with its beautiful art style, well-designed characters, compelling story, and classic hack-and-slash gameplay. It has sold upwards of over 27 million copies as of making this video. Originally, as the series was progressing, it was starting to become a bit more realistic with every game that was released. However, during the development of this game, it was starting to become clear that using a realistic style would not suit the game's mechanics. For example, cutting trees in the game that immediately turn into firewood would not make sense in a realistic style. So instead, they chose to go with a more light-hearted and cartoony style for this game, which also in a way is a combination of all the styles used in the previous games. So back to the process. For this concept, we thought it would be more suitable to redesign Ash's entire outfit, as the classic one doesn't really suit the aesthetics of the game. If Ash was in Breath of the Wild, we could imagine him being a Hylian, like Link and Zelda. So based off this, we used both of them as reference for our design. For example, instead of giving Ash his classic cap, we decided to replace it with one that looks more similar to Link's classic hat. And instead of giving Ash a jacket, like he originally has, we decided to give him a tunic, quite similar to Link's in the game. And instead of giving him trainers, we gave him boots. As we continued to work on the grayscale, it was important for us not to blend any of the shading, like we did with Overwatch, as Breath of the Wild has a cel-shaded look, so most of the shading only contains 1 or 2 values. As for the coloring, we decided to maintain Ash's original color palette, only slightly changing the shades of each color, making them slightly warmer and more neutral to suit the game better, compared to the original bright and bold colors. We also made some touches to the boots, to make them more like the classic version where he has trainers, by adding blue and red details. Throughout the design, we also kept the sharp edges, giving him a consistent shape language. Make sure to subscribe if you're enjoying the process. Are you struggling with creating characters for your game? Whether it's because of time, quality, or lack of ideas, Gamerse has you covered, providing you with compelling character concepts a click away. It's your concept, our creation. And here is the final result. What do you think of how this came out? Let us know in the comments, and feel free to give us any suggestions that you have, and we'll try to work on them soon.